Cold open question of the week, Gary.
Yes, sir.
What's the one thing in your house you don't think anyone else has?
Ooh, man. One
As he
thing
look-
in my house
As he
that
looks around his house.
nobody else has. Interesting.
Anything
I mean,
unique?
man, I don't know. I'd have. I mean, everything in this room is all Patriot stuff, and I know people have that. I mean, I have all my stickers. I'm trying to think. What someone may not have that I have. Huh. That is a good question. I mean, we do have some random tchotchkes that are laying around here that were given to us from like her mother and grandmother and all that, but I don't know. I mean, an urn with hickory on it. I mean, I don't know if anyone had the same name of a dog.
So you still have the cremains of your dog?
I do. They're up on a shelf.
That would qualify, Gary, I think, as something most people...
I mean, people have remains, but I mean, to have one that's in a jar that says hickory on it, that would be pretty specific. I mean, I'm sure someone has a dog named Hickory, but
now where are those remains kept?
Right up by the TV.
Oh,
so it's right up there.
Now I think
on it. So
I think my mother-in-law has her brother's cremains in her closet.
Okay. My mother-in-law has my father-in-law's up on a shelf in her bedroom. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess like I'd say a lot of people used to keep the remain, and then some just. I know, like when my grandfather passed, he wanted to be cremated, and then when my grandmother passed, I think my father put his ashes in with her because she didn't want to be cremated, so she got buried. So I think he put the ashes in the grave with her as well. So
okay, and this show has suddenly taken a morbid turn.
Oh, always. It doesn't usually towards the end, but for some reason we started it right off the beginning.
Yeah, we usually wait till the end.
Nice. We're bookending this week.
Well, we have a lot to get to. It's a jam-packed show. Breaking news. Let's start. Welcome into another exciting episode of The Brian Lennon Show. I am your host, Brian Lennon. As always, joined by my co-host, Mr. Gary McDaniel.
Howdy.
And Gary, you may notice something a little bit different about me tonight.
Oh, what is that?
It might be the sunglasses.
Bright light in the big city?
Or it might be the fact that, as you said, I do not have an orange glow about me.
Yeah.
So I have a ring light that I bought very early on when we started the podcast. However, I don't have enough holes in my computer to power said light.
Yeah.
But I've been posting the videos on YouTube and kind of been watching them, and there's a discrepancy between our lighting, how we look between you and I. And so I wanted to try and fix that. So I brought my trusty block rocker.
Okay.
Which has an input hole.
Yeah.
So I can put the ring light in and turn it on. And so I have hopefully a little bit better color this week.
Fantastic. I'm still trying to get my volumes right. I don't know what's going on. Something's weird with my system here. I don't know. But yeah, no. So I bought the light. Probably early on the beginning because when I was still lighting up my
you're outside
my fire rods, I was always sitting out back. So yeah, fire rods, and I needed a little bit more light, so that's why I bought it to. And then I've just ever since then, even moving into the house, I've kept it up, and so yeah. I mean, it's not bad. Sometimes it'll fade in and out on me, and you'll notice sometimes my color adjustment. I'm sitting here messing around with it. So
it's kind of bright. It's staring me in the face, so we'll see how long I can take it.
You get used to it.
I got a haircut this week, which
Oh.
doesn't look great, but actually, we'll talk about someone else about our age. I think we have very similar hair styles.
I just ran in to grab a hat right before we started because I was like, "Whoa, that just does not look good today." I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with it. It's like it's a bloody mess. And then there's like, especially in this camera and the light, there's all those patches. You don't see those when I'm just standing around, but man, when in this
I think
camera,
they're called
woo.
bald spots, Gary.
Okay, yeah, well, whatever you want to call them.
All right,
It is.
like I said, we've got a lot to get to. This is episode 185, Gary. We're nearing 12,000 downloads of the podcast on Substack.
Nice.
Our studio audience of one applauds. Thank you. Busy week this week, Gary. It is Holy Week. Easter will be on Sunday, so I will be. Let's see. Thursday night, I'll be singing with the choir, and then on Friday afternoon, I'll be singing with the choir again, and then on Saturday night, we have the big Easter vigil with the choir. So I'll be singing 3 days straight in the church.
Woo. Better start gargling with some salt water.
Well, I'm worried about allergies.
Just don't be talking anymore. You just stay quiet. Keep a warm compressed on there.
I think after the show, I'll go to a speaking moratorium.
That's it.
Do you have a particular favorite church song, Gary? Like one that you either loved to sing, or an Easter one, or one you want played at your funeral, or something like that? To get back to the morbid.
Yeah, might as well. Shoot. I always liked Ave Maria.
Okay.
It's got to be sung right, and it's got to there used to be one. Oh, man, I wish I could remember it now. But it was a song that we used to sing at our church, but it was in Ukrainian.
And you knew the Ukrainian version?
I sing it all the time, and I think it was we there's all the say like Ukraine. We have the sayings like Christos Voskres, Voskres. One's supposed to. I can never remember which. We've had this conversation with our friend JM for many a times, and we're always trying to remember which one's which. And our friend Jason Vesco too, up here in the great state of Florida at Homosassa. There was a saying at Easter. There was a saying at Christmas. Like Easter was Christ. I think it's Christ is risen. Indeed, he is risen. And then at Christmas, I think it was oh shoot, what was Christmas?
Christ is born. Indeed, he is born.
But one of them was Christos Voskres, and then you would respond, Voistinu Voskres. And then there was I can never. Then there was one that was just an always saying, wasn't a holiday saying. It was just an always saying to when you would say to someone. And that one, I still to this day I still can't remember. But I think the song had the Christos Voskres, and it was like Christos Voskres, Christos Voskres, and then you would go on up. I just can't think of all the words now. It's been a very, very long time. But I used to like when I was younger. I walk around when I was living at my grandmother's. I would be just walking around singing that song with my deep voice, just going in.
Mm-hmm. The song I enjoy singing is "Were You There?"
Yeah. See,
I'm not gonna.
I don't really. We don't. I mean, a lot of the churches I used to go to, we didn't really have much music. So.
The lyrics are "Were you there when they nailed him to the tree?" And then "Were you there when they put him in the tomb?"
Okay, I think I do know. I think I have heard this song. Yes.
There's actually a Johnny Cash version of it.
Ooh.
And I like it because at one part, it talks about tremble, 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 and I can get like real low there.
Yeah.
So it's
I,
kind of fun.
I feel like they've sung that at a funeral before. Does it sound like a song that they would sing at a funeral up in that area there? For some reason, I feel like it.
It's
I don't.
it's more of an Easter song. I don't know if you would
Okay.
put it in the funeral.
All right. It's when you started saying it, I was like, that does sound familiar. But that would be the only thing I would think would be fun.
To the tree. Were you there when they nailed him to the tree?
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
All right, so I'll be singing that. I believe we sing that on Friday
Okay.
during the
Well, yeah, that
meditation
would be
period.
the day he would have been nailed to the tree.
He was nailed to the tree. So we
Yes,
will.
sir. Yeah, I didn't even realize it was Easter this coming weekend until I found out when they were saying my kid didn't have school, and I'm like, oh, Easter must be coming. I thought it was the week after. Whatever. We don't really do a whole lot for Easter anymore. So
yeah. All right, Gary. So we have some. One of the stories I plan on discussing this week was the Tiger Woods story. And a copy of his mugshot is in the show notes.
So I didn't realize when I opened up the notes just now for the show, I forgot it was. I left it on the picture because Colin was asking who it was at first when he just seen it, and when I hit my email, it was just a blaring face of bloated Tiger Woods staring back at me. I was like, oh, it's like spooked me a little bit. I did enjoy your photo that you sent over, where he's.
Oh yeah, I used some AI to put a TBLS hat on him.
He's wearing that great hat.
So it just was announced here, according to ESPN.com at 7:00. Tiger Woods said Tuesday night that he is, quote, stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on my health, announcing the decision 4 days after he was arrested on suspicion of DUI and refusal to submit to a lawful test stemming from a rollover crash in Florida. And then the statement goes on to say, I know and understand the seriousness of the situation I find myself in today. I am stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on my health. This is necessary in order for me to prioritize my well-being and work toward lasting recovery. I'm committed to taking the time needed to return to a healthier, stronger, and more focused place, both personally and professionally. I appreciate your understanding and support and ask for privacy for my family, loved ones, and myself at this time. Of course, he was involved in an accident on Friday afternoon, March 27th. His car rolled over when he hit another truck. So this is just, this broke within the last 2 hours. But Gary, your initial reaction when you saw the news about Tiger Woods and the rollover on Friday?
So funny. I was scrolling through, social media, and photos were good stuff with him and all. I thought it was the anniversary of when his
previous
the first time, and the golf club through the whatever, and I know he was drinking at that time too. I think so. I just thought it was just that, and then I'm like, oh wait, I don't think he rolled his car, and then that's what I was like, oh, this is brand new. I'm like, okay. I thought it was just people reposting from when the first time happened. So, I mean, I thought he was already retired. I didn't think he was actually even still golfing anymore. I mean, unless just for fun or for charity event things. But yeah, I mean, he must have some sort of drinking problem because I mean, if he's
Well, it's
rolling
not
in
a
the
drinking.
car,
I don't think it's
or no,
well.
I think it was a little combination of a couple of everything. It's probably with all those back pain and everything like that. It's probably more likely a pain pill that he's addicted to, and
Yeah,
but he's looking rough in that photo. I'm like, I don't
because
think I've seen
apparently he
anyone.
didn't fail the breathalyzer,
Mm,
but he failed the other
the
ones. You know what I'm saying?
oh the yeah
Yeah. It was back in February of 2021 when he suffered the significant leg injuries in a one-car crash outside of Los Angeles. That's when his SUV rolled over several times
mm,
and left him trapped. Um,
he did, man, he's got a
he had to have a
again the I don't know how many more times I have to say, like, all these people with all this money, get a driver, call an Uber.
well, I think that goes into part of this substance abuse issue is that you don't want people to sort of know
Mm,
you're in this state
yeah,
where you're doing this stuff. And so you are trying to hide it and think you are, and then stuff like this happens. And honestly, I mean, 3 times he's been involved in accidents, and this is
yeah,
the 3rd time, he luckily hasn't killed himself or
or anybody
an
else. Yeah.
innocent
Yep.
motorist.
Hmm.
So, I'm with the news tonight. I'm happy that he's admitted that much and he's going to, you know, work
Yeah.
on himself.
Well,
Uh,
hey, I mean, they all say it, but whatever. It's hopefully it does. Hopefully it works for him, and he's actually sticks it out and gets the help he needs. But um, yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, I know. Yeah, you want to keep it personal, but I mean, you got to have a good friend that knows your demons.
well, that's the other thing too with him, which is kind of makes him a unique individual because he was an only child. Both of his parents have passed. He's divorced from his ex-wife.
Hmm.
He has 2 children. I believe they're 18 and 17 or 18 and 16 at this point. Which really a teenager is probably not going to. And again, who knows even how much they see him,
Yeah.
but they're not going to, most likely say, "Hey, Dad, quit popping the pills." Like, because he probably, enables their lifestyle at some point, to some extent.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And he was never really friendly with other people on tour.
It's funny
He was
is, I mean,
always sort of detached.
when people talk about yeah, you hear these stories and stuff like that, and I don't know. I mean, it was a great story when he was younger and he was winning all those, all these tours and everything, and people were like, "Oh my God, the next Jack Nicholas," and um, I don't know, he just always to me just seemed like he had like like that he was better than everybody else too. Like he just I don't know, he had this air to him where
He
he
was
seemed
there
like
was he was cocky. He was
he was
arrogant.
a prick. Yeah, like, I'm like I didn't know, like, because I mean I've seen him play the one at the Honda Classic, and just even like when you're not on the like you're walking to the hole where people are always yelling, hey, he just not even just like I mean I know he's trying to stay focused and everything, but I mean, there was one time he did go off on someone because someone was making a loud noise when he was getting ready to the thing, and he kind of yelled out or whatever to tell someone to keep it quiet or whatever. But I don't know. I just always thought he would just seem like he was a prick. So
Now the other wild part is last Tuesday he was part of the TGL's playoff event for I believe he plays for Jupiter, the indoor
oh,
golf
really?
league. Yeah. So he had actually played in that match. It was a big deal because he hadn't played in,
Yeah.
over a year, I think.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
So, well, hopefully for him, it's the change he needs the change he needs, and he finds recovery and
Yes.
gets on
Okay.
the road to sobriety. But I think you're right with all the back surgeries and leg surgeries, and he's
Oh, yeah.
probably
You get on
become
those
dependent on a
you
lot
get
of
on
that.
those pills and all of a sudden you're just like, "Yep, I can't stop.
Can't stop.
I can't stop."
All right, Gary, I want to bring up this. This is sort of another like kind of developing story here, and it's a little. I don't know if you've even seen about the Bulls. The Chicago Bulls waived Jaden Ivey. I believe it was yesterday on Monday
Okay.
due to conduct detrimental to the team. Have you seen any of this yet?
So, no, I don't really follow basketball anymore. So I have no idea who this kid even is. Um, but I was reading some of the stuff you had put out there, but yeah, I don't, and plus the Bulls, and I was never a Bulls fan anyway.
Yeah. So it's sort of interesting in I think there's many different aspects of the story. One of them that's sort of intriguing to me is like a free speech aspect of this. So let me bring up the story here so I can
Yeah, well, because it did. I don't. Did it say what he said?
well, oh god, this stupid thing. Um that's part of the story, I think, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh. Hold on.
Oh, darn it.
I'm having all kinds of trouble here. Let me just go here. I have to use my fingers and I can't like copy and paste the stupid link into the
Oh, that's annoying.
all right, let me see. So one of the interesting things is ESPN doesn't even have this story, I don't think, on their front page.
Mm,
You have to go to the NBA like pull down
yeah, yeah, yeah.
menu
Their little
to
section.
see
Yep.
the story. So it's sort of been at least via ESPN, it's being kind of pushed to the back burner. And I should have probably opened all these. All right. So the headline is Bulls waive guard Jaden Ivey after anti-gay comments. Okay. So here's the this gets into like free speech um as well as religion too.
Mm.
So the Chicago Bulls waived guard Jaden Ivey for conduct detrimental to the team Monday, hours after he posted a lengthy video rant on social media about religion and other topics that included anti-gay sentiments. Ivy has gone live on his Instagram account more frequently in the past week, posting at least 3 lengthy videos after he was shut down for the rest of the season by the team because of injury. On Monday morning, he called out the NBA for promoting Pride Month, saying it celebrates, quote, unrighteousness. And then there's a quote here from him from the video stream. The world proclaims LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month, and the NBA does too. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it on the streets, unrighteousness. All right. Um, so there's a sort of a whole issue of what I guess is protected speech, what is hate. I don't. I hate to use the term hate speech. Um, but what is, I guess, considered intolerance in the workplace? You could do it that way.
Yeah.
And apparently he has. So he was traded from the Detroit Pistons last month. So he's just landed with the Bulls.
Okay.
Apparently he got hurt the end of last year, and he's been hurt again. I guess he had like a leg break last year. He's younger than my son, my oldest son. He's like
Oh,
20.
okay.
He's 23. It seems like over the course of maybe this last year and a half or so, he's had sort of this either conversion or reversion to religion and relationship with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And so he, I guess, is trying to proclaim the gospel while he's in the locker room. Now, I read another story tonight that he was asking Bulls reporters about their personal lives, including about relations with their significant others and stuff.
Okay. But it's not all just because he was saying stuff about the gay community. It's just
It's not.
he's one of
Yeah,
those,
specifically. I don't think regarding the gay community, LGBTQ, more at large, I guess. But the question becomes, I wonder if the Bulls are going to get into trouble they're going to have to at least show some sort of proof, you would think, right? Like, this is just screaming for a lawsuit, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, they're, fine. He was on his social media. He was rambling on that stuff. And I know when it comes to, the way this world is now, you can't really say what you want to say a lot of times, especially when you are in the spotlight. And, you know, we've seen it so many times where, someone gets on and they start rambling on about something, and then you get so passionate about it, you start just going with it. And then you just start, I mean, I do it sometimes when we're even on this show, and I start going off on it. And then it's later on where I'm getting yelled at saying, you probably shouldn't have said what you were saying. But I get, you just get that thing, and you just start going, and you just can't stop it. But I mean, to me, fine. I'm not making millions of dollars. I'm not, in the limelight. So, I mean, I see it with even like the movie stars and the music and stuff like that. When, if I'm going to a concert, I don't want to hear you talking about your political or your religious beliefs. I don't care. I'm here for your music. That's it. Same goes with sports. Same goes with movie actors. I don't care. I just, I want to see your movie. I want to hear your music. I want to watch you play football, basketball, baseball, golf. I don't care who you believe in. I don't care who you voted for. I'm like, it has nothing to me. It doesn't matter anything to me. So just, you know, you don't have to keep it to yourself, but just, you got to remember when you're out there and you're on social media and you just start rattling off stuff because that's what you believe in, other people aren't going to believe in that either. And I could see now, like, even with him, like, if, you're in the locker room and you're like, pushing your beliefs on your teammates or even media people, that kind of starts to get a little it kind of gets it would get under my skin if like hear someone talking about, I'm like, talk to me after work or something, we'll go get a beer, you could tell me all about your life and all this stuff, but I don't need it in the workplace or
Yes, I think what you're saying is what a lot of people feel. Now, Gary, was Benjamin Watson a Patriots tight end?
he was.
Okay, I'm assuming this is the same Benjamin Watson. So there's a Benjamin S. Watson on X who posted. So the Bulls put out their announcement on their X account. The Chicago Bulls announced today that the team has waived guard Jaden Ivey due to conduct detrimental to the team. He kind of posts this, replies to it. Conduct detrimental covers a host of actions. It's a catch-all term for everything from being late to curfew, to saying the wrong thing to the media, to fighting in the locker room. It allows clubs to discipline players without specifying certain actions. I expect the Bulls to clarify if it also includes using the term unrighteousness. If so, that's an even bigger problem. And there were a number of professional athletes, including Gary, Patriots running back Travion Henderson,
Mm-hmm.
who came out in support of Jaden Ivey. And then Mike Vrabel, who was at the NFL coaches meetings for the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
had to answer questions about Travion
Of course.
Henderson's comments.
And then that's the other thing too, when it comes to, I mean, I know the media wants to, get a.
They're looking for a story.
They're looking for a story. Yeah, they're pushing stuff. But I mean, come on now. I mean, I love when they're asking the coaches all these questions, and the coaches just finding out about stuff like maybe a couple minutes before they even. And he's like, I don't. And then they're like, oh, he didn't want to answer. Like, well, how the hell am I supposed to answer if I don't know what the hell you're even talking about? But no, I mean, hey, that's what these guys are going to do. I mean, players, even doesn't matter if they're in the same sport or off sport. Like a lot of time, you'll see a lot of players will just stick up for one another, and those two are probably close in age too, because Henderson's not that old either. So,
Yeah.
I don't
So
know where.
Travion Henderson posted. He just posted, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." It's a verse from Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. Welcome to March.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, just you
You
don't
still have
need to
that ad
blare.
playing.
What ad playing?
You have an ad playing. Or is that mine?
Oh, it might be you. I'm like, I don't even have anything open.
Oh,
I mean, I have my, because I don't hear anything. So it's on your side because you didn't, or
okay.
you don't have the screen open. So it's not coming through the, I was
Okay.
like, I mean, I just opened something, but I'm like, but I just closed it. I'm like, I don't have anything else. Yeah. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know celebrities like to try to, push their beliefs on people, just like politicians do too. But I'm like, I don't. I
I
don't
think
put any thought to any of it. You know what, you do you, but you just got to remember, if you're putting it out there for everybody, then don't be surprised when something happens.
But here's the part that's kind of like jarring for me is that you're saying if you put anything out there, for consumption on social media, but he obviously he is speaking about from his Christian perspective. Now,
Mhm.
mind you, he doesn't even agree with. He thinks that Catholicism is a made up religion. So he's a Christian, but doesn't believe Catholicism is a real
All
religion.
right.
So
Okay.
there's a lot of issues
So
going on.
he just, yeah,
Meanwhile, his mother is the coach of Notre Dame's women's basketball team as well.
oh
So,
Lord have mercy. Oh Lord have
but I
mercy.
think what is sort of jarring is that here is a young Christian man speaking his beliefs, his Christian beliefs,
Mhm.
and what appears he's being punished for his thoughts or speech on that issue.
But is it just because of these videos? Because I mean, it didn't really.
Well, that's what we don't know. I mean,
Or is it
you know,
really because of that he's been Jehovah Witnessing the Bulls locker room and everything else, and just like Benjamin once said, uh, conduct whatever.
Yeah,
Could
the bull
cover,
sort of screwed the pooch here because they left it so vague,
yes. They're
you
not
know.
specifically stating why they are like
Right.
they're
Like
putting
if
it
they
as
came and
a
said, "You know
direct
what?
deterrent.
He's missed treatment, 7 times since he's been here.
Yeah,
He's been late and he's caused, disturbances in the locker room with 3 players."
that's
Now
yeah.
you can say, "Okay, maybe he is a pain in the ass and we don't want him around."
And that's the problem. They're not putting that enough out there. So, I mean, it is on them for not specifically stating why they're getting rid of
Right.
him. So they're leaving it open for everyone else to determine. And then it's coming down to now it's a big conversation on, oh, well, they fired him because he believes in this religion or he believes again or he's against gay marriage and whatever. But they're not specifically stating that. So, yeah, it's kind of hard. So it's like you're like it's a catch 22 here. You don't know what's going on with
Yeah. But I think for the NBA, it's worst case scenario because this I don't think is gonna die as much as ESPN maybe tries to bury it on, the back
oh
page. But I think
NBA's been dead for a long time.
well, that's
But
what a lot of people say too, but this just kinda makes it possibly worse for them, especially from a PR standpoint.
well, and the thing, I don't know how many how yes, I know, like everyone does pride stuff. I don't know how big the NBA is in it, and maybe that's their thing is like, hey, we got this guy out here saying stuff about LGBTQ plus, and we don't want to rock that boat because that's a good chunk of change that's coming in for those months or whatever. So you know, and it really, most of this always comes down to money anyway. So that's that's what it is. I mean, even if he went out there and started bad mouthing Gatorade or Nike, he probably would have been. They would have. It was detrimental to the team, and they would have
Right.
ousted him. So
I think
I
the
would
issue
put.
though too is because it's a religious belief and you get into that whole religion, freedom of speech, and everything that's been going on.
Yeah, but I mean, look at everything out there now when it comes to you know
I mean,
so
what was
it's
it? The general manager of the Rockets made some sort of joke about Yao Ming being Chinese and Chinese food, and he got fined,
uh,
but he didn't lose his job. Like,
yeah.
it's so
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's more to this than just
yeah,
him
it's a
saying
very early in the
there's
stages of this
yeah,
story. So
there's got to be something else involved because I don't think I've ever heard of anyone being canned because of their religion or technically most of those places most places when they hire or whatever that's it's in like the thing where doesn't matter what religion you are, you just that's but
that's
I don't there's more to the story that we don't have yet.
yeah.
So
All right, Gary, they want you.
oh, who wants me?
The the U.S. Army is expanding its recruiting pool,
Oh yeah, I heard this. Oh yeah.
raising the maximum enlistment age from 35 years old to 42. Now, the move is not without precedent, Gary. The service lifted the cap to 42 years old in 2006 during the height of the Iraq War, before lowering it back to 35 a decade later. Uh, the Marine Corps caps recruits at 28 years old, though older applicants can potentially enlist with special permission. And the Air Force and Navy both cap their enlistment at 41. Gary, even when you were 42, would you have ever thought of enlisting in the Army?
God no. My back and knees were already hurting at 42, and I'm like, there's no way. Unless they're going to shove me behind a desk somewhere, and So I was just Shannon mentioned this to me the other day, and I'm like, oh, I have this feel. I don't have any numbers. It was just a feeling that I had that there's not a whole lot of younger generation that's saying, oh, hey, I want to go to the army like it was back in like the you know 50s and 60s and 70s. And I'm thinking now it's like, well, crap, we're starting all these wars. We're going to need people. So might as well up the age and get some of these old guys that, that maybe were military, want to come back in, or people that never really thought about the military and they want to join it now at 42 years old. Who in their right mind at 42 years old would want to go out there and try to do all this training? And I 42 years old, I was barely able to get out of bed sometimes. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going through any of that stuff. It's and it's like a Marine, like one of those special force, or they gonna put me on special forces and then hear my knees cricking when I'm trying to sneak up on someone. I'm like, yeah, that'll be fun. So,
I
but
always
yeah,
thought the age to like enlist was like 27.
I always thought, yeah, I always thought it was younger too. I didn't think it
I
was,
didn't realize it was like 35.
yeah, no, because I mean, you think about like all these like the younger kids that do want to join and stuff like that, but I didn't realize it was
Did you ever
that old.
consider the military, Gary?
No,
Never.
no, 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 because just like from people that did serve and everything. I mean, especially back at our like those times when because that was Iraq was just starting and all this stuff too. Because I mean, we would have been what we were somewhere in our almost our 20 like
We were about
mid
25.
20s, So, uh, yeah, and then you hear all these stories afterwards now, like oh yeah, serve your military, and then, you get all this money, you'll go to school, and then half these guys come back, they can't even get anywhere, they can't even get into the hospital sometimes, and so it's
Yeah.
like, so why would I put myself through all that? Yeah, it's all for my country, and so that way, then my country could just forget about me later on. Oh, okay, great. So no, at 42, no, they could raise it to 60, and I'm still gonna. Sorry, fight your own war. How about we stop war? How about that? How about we just do that? And then our military doesn't have to be worried about fighting overseas and getting killed. We could just have security
Well,
without
I think
having
taking
war.
care of I think taking care of Iran here will end a lot of future wars and future
Will it?
conflicts as we've faced for the last 45 years.
Will it? There's someone else. There's someone else. Someone will find out there to pick on. So, oh yeah, this guy, he's starting a war. Who is he? Oh, I don't know. He's from this little town in Quackerstan. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let's go. Let's get him. Get the
Okay.
freaking
Wait till the
war.
war comes from the inside.
Getting very close.
All right, where are we? Gary, did you see the story about the Philadelphia Philly who is suing his parents?
I did. I
Do you have the
did.
story up?
I don't have the story. No. I happened to see it on my sports app when I was on there looking at something the one day. It popped up, and I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting." It kind of reminded me of that. I can't remember what the movie was called, but it was the girl sued her parents or whatever, and it was like a whole. But she was young, like she was a kid, and then that's all I could think of them. But then I'm like looking at this kid. Well, I mean, I'm sure he's a kid. He's probably only in his 20s or something like that. But
Yeah, so here's the news here from ESPN.com. Phillies third baseman Alec Baum sued his parents for millions of dollars, accusing them of siphoning large amounts of money into financial accounts they managed for him and then using some of the cash to pay their own expenses. He filed the lawsuit Wednesday in Philadelphia court. And it comes after he began to review his personal and financial affairs in recent months and says that his parents refused to give him access to the accounts or provide him with the information he sought about them. So apparently they were trying to freeze him out of 4 accounts. Um, apparently they had established a LLC, and he believes that they converted a sizable amount of the money for their own use. The parents obviously deny any wrongdoing through their lawyers, and they're deeply saddened by the allegations. I'm sure if they asked him, you wonder too what happened here. Like, did he say, "Here, mom and dad, manage my money," and then they kind of did what they did, or were they trying to get him to give them money so they could
all right.
do this stuff?
So let's see.
He's looking for $3 million in damages.
So he's 30.
Yeah, he's 29.
He'll be 30 this August. So I mean, I don't know how he was. I mean, as like if I was a player, you know, and I started making a good chunk of money, I definitely,
Donna would be in charge of your
I'd
money.
take my parents. No, I mean, I probably would have. Well, no, I probably would have hired a manager, not my parents. But I would have. She would have been well off. She wouldn't have to do it. She would have had a nice chunk of change because I mean, she raised me all those years. She put her time and effort in. She, put all her money in towards stuff for me and stuff like that. So I would
Right.
definitely pair. I would hope that if Colin ever, made it big, I wouldn't have to worry about anything. That I would have money. So what was this kid was like that his parents had to funnel money for themselves? Was this kid not giving his parents anything? Because I mean, unless his parents were like super rich too, and but they were just like, hey, we'll just take a little off of him. But I mean, come on, it's your parents. You should have been, taking care of them, giving them a little something, something here. I mean, now you're suing them for $3 million. I'm like, at this point, you're a no good, rotten child, and I'd be suing you back, saying, okay, well, here, from uh, birth to when you left, here's the calculation of how much you owe me. We'll see if it reaches the $3 million mark or if it's even more. So it'll probably be less, but whatever.
It's
But
less.
but still, I don't. I again, not enough to determine a side on this one because, like, I don't know what his childhood was like, but I mean, if he had two parents, couldn't have been that bad. And I mean, he's in the major leagues. That means they were, he was being taken to because you're in the majors. You're not walking on in the majors. So I mean, you had to have been starting as a young kid, going to all your t-ball games, your rec ball games. I mean, not 30 years old. I don't know if there was travel ball at that time, but there might have been wherever they're from. And then sending you to college, and you probably played there. So they put their time in, and he's just not giving them anything. That's just a rotten little kid.
So you're siding with the parents.
I'm on the parent side now. Yep, I decided I'm taking the parent side.
Okay. Colin, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, you hear that? And I'm an accountant, so you'll never find the money. So good luck on that one. You won't even know it's missing. That's all good.
All right, Gary, some more news. This one is entitled Governor Pimples.
All right.
So looking back, gubernatorial candidate Dean Roy says his political ambition started in the 8th grade. And by that, he means last year. After working as a legislative page at the Vermont State House, the 14-year-old freshman at Stowe High School now has his sights set on the corner office. In November, he'll be the first candidate for governor under age 18 to appear on the state's general election ballot. Gary, how do you feel about a 14-year-old governor?
Oof. I mean, I am in Florida, so sometimes I feel like we have a tween governor.
You have maybe the greatest governor in the United States of America.
Oh yeah. Well, then you would like this 14-year-old kid probably, because that's how I feel like we're being run. No, it's weird because I mean, I guess there's no age limit to run for governor. I mean, you would think there'd be. I mean, I know there is one for president, but
Usually there should be they should at least be 18, don't you think?
I was gonna say at least, yeah, you got to hit that adulthood. I mean, if you can't operate a vehicle yet, or buy alcohol or cigarettes, or you know even hit puberty, uh, maybe you shouldn't be running for, maybe like run for some sort of office at your school. But
He's probably not
what,
even class president.
what's going on with Vermont that I mean,
Gary, do you think at 14 you would have been prepared or qualified to be
all that
governor?
maple syrup they're drinking up there? No, God, no, no. I'm almost 50, and I still don't know if I'm capable to run a state. I mean, I try, but I mean, but no, not at 14. Jesus, no. That's only what you're looking at. What's
He's
that?
probably in eighth grade.
Eighth grade, maybe.
Or no, he's in ninth grade. It says
Oh,
his
he's in ninth
ambition
grade.
started when he was in eighth grade,
Oh, okay. So
which was last year.
he's a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just weird.
I
I
was
don't see
into
it.
politics as like a freshman in high school. I don't think I would have been qualified to run for governor or be the governor, but I
You
probably would
know,
have liked to have been.
I was I remember back in our senior year of high school, you know, and Bob was running for not the class president, but the school president, I should say. What shoot, what the hell was
Were you his campaign manager?
so no, but call. I I like to be the man behind the curtain. So, have someone else do all the work and, get into that position and then be the person be like, "Hey, we could really we should do like a big volleyball tournament type thing at this school, and do blah blah blah." Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, and then we should probably do this and then oh, and then that person goes and takes care of it. But you masterminded the whole thing, made sure it got out there, so that way then no one knew it was you. And if it failed, it wasn't on you; it was on the person who started it. So,
Gary, was it your idea for the volleyball tournament?
I mean, I may have had a little something to do about it, but student council, student council president. That's what he was. So he became the student council president. Uh, yeah, I mean,
And you were sort of his chief of staff, if you will.
I guess without the title. So I mean, you just kind of hung out in the background, get the votes,
Okay.
work the man. So yeah, that's where I think that's where I feel like I would play well in. I don't need to be in the limelight. I just want to be
You
the
just
guy.
want the reward.
Yeah, I want to be the guy in the background
You want to be the
and
parents getting
hanging.
the money from
Yeah,
the guy
yeah,
out there
exactly. Yeah,
playing
yeah, yeah,
third
yeah.
base for the Phillies.
Yeah. I mean,
You do the work. Just give me the $3 million.
I did. Well, in that case, I mean, I did something for you, and so it's like, it's a payday. So you know what I mean? It's uh, you, I scratch your back, you scratch mine type situations. But
Ugh. All right, Gary. I
yeah.
don't know if you have this issue like I do.
Mm,
It's not even my issue. It's more of my wife's issue.
mm.
Her windshield.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she's like a mouth breather in the car or something, but her um windshield gets very dirty.
It's a weird like
Film.
yeah, we
And
get it
then
here.
it gets hard to, especially with my size in the car, it gets very hard to clean the windshield.
Yeah, so it's like you're trying to spray it and use the paper towel and you're trying to yeah, I get you.
Well, I found online this week, there's a
Uh-huh.
new tool that you can use to
Yeah.
clean your windshield.
Uh-huh.
And there's a link to it in the show notes.
Nice. You know what? If I remembered, I would have taken the one that's in my car and brought it in and showed you for the show.
Oh, you have one.
Well, yeah, we have. It's got a little blue cloth thing on it, a
It's got like
handle,
a little squeegee.
and you just kind of wipe it down. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shanna found
Genius.
it on Timo, I think, and yeah, she loves the thing. So now sometimes it'll. I think we need to spray because we'll just dry wipe it, and I think it still needs something on it
You need it
to.
wet.
Yeah, it's still something needs to be there, but yeah, no, when when you put it in the notes, and I was laughing to myself, and then I completely forgot I was going to grab it out of the car too. When I actually think we might have one in the other car too. I think she bought a couple of them at one time, so and I completely forgot about it. But yeah, that thing's nice. And it even works for the all the other windows too. So I mean those are a little bit easier to clean, but
Yeah.
still,
It's just the angle, and then sometimes you hit the glass, then coming up with your knuckle, and then it's dirty again. And
I'll tell you how many times I used to because of the especially with the humidity and stuff down here and my old car, the rear view mirror used to, I used to try to clean and then I'd hit and then the freaking mirror would pop off and then I'd have to be like trying to stick it back on again. And so yeah, I get what you're putting down there with.
all right. Just a reminder, if you want to see these products and pictures of Tiger Woods' mugshot, be sure to subscribe. It's the Brian Lennon Show.substack.com. Every week we come to you with a brand new podcast. Gary and I, sometimes we have special guests. And you subscribe, it'll come right to your inbox every week. You get the latest, greatest episode.
You don't even have to go searching for it.
And Gary, I've heard this is the highlight of people's week this hour.
Oh boy.
So,
do.
all right, Gary, I'm
Go
what?
ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I'm not ready for news of the weird yet.
Okay.
So I'm working on a Sheryl Crow thing. I've gotten into Sheryl Crow again.
Okay.
And I was researching. So I have this idea of doing a like my favorite albums.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite albums is Sheryl Crow's The Globe Sessions. And so then I was like researching Sheryl Crow and found out stuff about her from the first album. And anyway, it leads me to Leaving Las Vegas, which is a song on her first album.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a movie
Mm-hmm.
starring Nicolas Cage. Now, let me back up. So the song Leaving Las Vegas, apparently the first verse or some of the words is based on a novel called Leaving Las Vegas, written by a gentleman named John O'Brien, who this is sort of semi-autobiographical about this sort of drunk who goes to Las Vegas with the intention of killing himself, drinking himself to death. When weeks after John O'Brien sells his book to Hollywood for the film rights, he ends up killing himself. Okay. In addition, one of the other writers on most of the songs from Sheryl Crow's first album, Tuesday Night Music Club, also kills himself, maybe accidentally, through that autoerotic asphyxiation. She's leaving a trail of dead bodies behind her, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I want to read this book, Leaving Las Vegas. It was published, I think, in 1990. So it's sort of an interesting time because I was alive, but wasn't really aware of Hollywood and hookers at that time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Nicolas Cage movie that came out? I guess it was in 1997, 1998, that the Goo Goo Dolls had the big song.
Yeah. City of Angels.
I was under the impression that was Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, City of Angels. That was with Meg Ryan. She was a doctor, and
Right.
he was an angel, and he decided he wanted to. So he gave up his wings so he could be with her because he fell in love with her,
Okay.
and then
So
she
I'm
ended up
under
dying.
the impression for
Her
close to 30 years, Gary, that that is Leaving Las
movie
Vegas.
is Leave It Alone.
And I know I don't like Nicolas Cage. So when I start so then I start researching the movie and I find out Elizabeth Shue is in it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I love Elizabeth Shue.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I get the book, I start reading the book, and I'm assuming this character that's in the beginning of the book is Elizabeth Shue's character, and then I go to watch the movie. I kind of put it on the other night, and I ended up watching the whole thing, which I kind of didn't want to.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie?
It's a very long time ago.
Okay.
Yes.
So I ended up watching the whole movie. I'm still reading the book. You've never read the book?
No.
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm interested to see if the book is different from the movie
Mm.
or if I've already noticed it's sort of like non-sequential
Mm.
between
I
the
mean, there's
two.
probably that's probably one of
There's a
those
part
where
that happens very early in the book that happens like at the end of the movie.
oh, okay.
And then some other parts but involving him that kind of happen.
Just kind of
Yeah,
splattered
they're
through
just a
there.
little
Yeah.
mixed up. Ow.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
now some interesting notes about the movie. Sting sings some of the songs throughout the
Mm,
movie.
okay. I don't remember that, but
Um, Richard Lewis is in the movie.
oh geez. Yeah, it's been
Um, apparently, Mishka Haggerty from Law and
mm,
Order,
yeah.
Detective
Oh she
Benson. She plays one of the hookers at the bars.
oh geez.
You remember French Stewart, the guy
Yes.
from Third
Mhm.
Rock Sun? He's in the
Yeah.
movie.
Oh man, I really it's it's been a long time
You might have
since
to go back and watch this one, Gary.
I might have to. Crying out loud. I'm like, I don't remember all those people being in this movie. And I just pulled up the IMDb now to look at the cast here. Oh yeah, Julian Sands, Cheapers. Oh, Steven Weber from Wings.
I never
Uh,
watched that.
oh no. Oh, Valeria Golino. I know her. Oh, Graham Beckel. I know who that is. Oh, that Carrie Lowell. I think she was also in Law and Order as well. She played a bank teller, but I think she played one of the lawyers on Law and Order SVU.
Now, I will say this: not being a great fan of Nicolas Cage, he is really good in this movie. I think he won an award for it, and he looks. Whoever did like the makeup is really
In
good.
the pictures, he's like really pale looking and
He has like dark circles under his eyes,
yep.
sort of like me
It,
and Tiger Woods.
yeah. Ooh, poor tiger. Or not poor tiger. All
But
right, yeah, I might have to pull that one up
you have to
again.
go back and rewatch that one.
I have to check that one out again.
Maybe you
It's
and Shannon should have a Leaving Las Vegas night.
oh, there we go. Little Sheryl Crow playing in the background.
Now, funny enough, she's not. She is not. There's not one Sheryl Crow song
No,
in the movie. And this came after her. They released Tuesday Night Music Club. And honestly, there's a number of songs on that first album that would have, I think, fit perfectly
that movie.
into the movie,
All right.
including Leaving Las Vegas. That is one of my favorite songs, like of all time, I think.
Over Santa Monica Boulevard.
No, that's a different one.
Wrong song.
That song I can't stand.
Wait,
Remember when that was on every 15 minutes?
We that popped in because Shannon the other day was watching a TikTok, and it was he would start saying lyrics and you had to finish them, and that was the lyric he had to finish.
Right.
And so
All right, it's time for
dun, dun,
Gary's
dun.
News of the Weird. And News of the Weird is sponsored by
Rap Brewing Company, located at 10930 Endeavor Way, Seminole, Florida. And this weekend, Friday, come out to the Polish Babki Kitchen. Different than the Kobasa Bus. So,
okay.
different Polish restaurant. Their food was good. We had it one time when they were up there. And then Saturday, you got Two Chicks Chili, and also the Yappy Hour with Fluff this weekend.
So what is Fluff? Is that
So
an
Fluff
organization or
is
is that an actual dog?
it's a company. No, it's a company who helps out with adopting pets
Okay.
and things like that. So we went one year to their one of their events that they had up there, and they had a couple dogs up there, that you could adopt, and then like they take donations and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, they're just like a shelter that helps out, for unwanted animals. First story tonight: a South African politician goes snorkeling in a giant pothole to highlight city management failures. A 75-year-old woman running for mayor of South Africa's biggest city went snorkeling in a large water-filled trench in a suburban road in a stunt to draw attention to what she describes as years of mismanagement by the city's authorities. Helen Zeel, a well-known South African politician, wore a wetsuit, a mask and snorkel, and a pink and white swimming cap as she doggy paddled through the pool of muddy brown water in an upscale Johannesburg suburb. The pool has been there for about 3 years because a burst water pipe hadn't been properly fixed despite repeated attempts. Zill, stop popping up. Zill posted a video of herself in the trench that was picked up and broadcast by television news channels. In it, she says sarcastically, "And there we are with a free and wonderful Saturday afternoon snorkel. I wonder if there are any fishes in here. Let me take a look," she added before dipping part of her head under the water. Johannesburg is considered Africa's richest city by private wealth, but has struggled with years of failed local government coalitions and the degradation of services. It is known as the City of Gold after being founded on huge gold deposits. Residents in the city of around 6 million people often face water and electricity cuts and broken infrastructure like burst water pipes and damaged rods. The current mayor of Johannesburg said in a post on X on Tuesday that the pothole was the result of a pipe that had repeatedly failed over the past 3 years, and it was fixed, and the hole was filled in a day after Zeal's stunt on Saturday. And throw you a little photo here. Oh, meow, 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 meow. Oh, we got multiples tonight. And
So there is a picture. I was wondering.
There's Zeal in her
Okay. It's not too bad.
pothole. Let's see, there was, and there she is, kind of after she was
She
done.
should come to Scranton.
Oh man, she could be like Olympic sized potholes up there. You'd have a good old day. It looks like a water park up there in PA. And then our second, I'm assuming another international story. I'm going international tonight. Maybe, I'm not sure. I didn't really. Oh, nope, never mind. It's International animal, just not international. Chesney, the kangaroo, scales tall fence and flees petting zoo for 3 days on the lam. How does a kangaroo escape a petting zoo? It's not the opening line to a dad joke. If you're Chesney, the kangaroo, you scale an 8 foot, 2.5 meter fence and go on the lam for 3 days, giving your keeper sleepless nights and sending residents of a small Wisconsin town on a search that would end happily on Saturday. The unprecedented leap at Sunshine Farm in Nescaday, Wisconsin, last week was pre- blah, pres- mm, precipitated by some stray dogs that rushed the enclosure and spooked the 16-month-old Chesney, said his keeper. She said friends then trekked Hitcher and Jan in the town about 160 miles northwest of Milwaukee. They chased reports of sightings and even rented heat seeking drones, which proved effective in narrowing down the wandering of the high jumping adventurer. I was putting on about 37,000 steps per day looking for him. I haven't done so much exercise in a very long time. Oh, the kitties. They love a good zoo story. Chesney and his roommate, Kenny, are named for country music star Kenny Chesney. They're among 25 animals at Sunshine Farm with horses, sheep, alpacas, coon pigs, Highland cows, and a Bactrian camel. Bactrian camel. The farm is generally open Fridays through Sundays from mid-May through mid-November, and tours are often offered to visitors who can interact with the animals. So our little kangaroo here, and I even got a photo of our kangaroo.
Nice.
There's Chesney. There we go for a little stroll.
Kenny and Chesney.
Kenny and Chesney.
Looks like my light
Just
has
living the life. Or he was just basically like, all right, I'm done. All these random cheeseheads coming here and trying to pet me.
looks like my light burnt out.
Getting the hell out of here. Oh, Lord.
So I'm back to the orange guy.
And that, my friends, is news of the weird. Brought to you again by Rap Brewing Company, located at 10930 Endeavor Way, Seminole, Florida. Come out for some Polish and 2 chicks this weekend.
But not 2 Polish chicks.
Not 2 Polish chicks. Well, I mean, they could. I don't know. I haven't tried their stuff, so. Actually, no, we did have 2 chicks, I think. Well, I never had 2 chicks, but I had 2 chicks food. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Never mind.
All right. Anyway, thank you to Rap Brewing Company for sponsoring Gary's News of the Weird. Gary, we started the show talking about some deaths.
We'll
come to our usual spot.
We got to bookend it.
Crofts, aka Dash Crofts, one half of the 1970s soft rock duo Seals and Crofts, known for hits including Summer Breeze and Diamond Girl, died Wednesday at the age of 85.
Ooh.
Summer Breeze. They don't write songs like that anymore.
They do not.
And then JM from Oliphant sent us in the chat.
Yeah, I've seen it prior too. Yeah.
James Tolkien, the actor from Back to the Future and Top Gun, passed away this week at the age of 94.
Ooh, okay. Wow. Yeah.
If you're wondering who James Tolkien is, he is the principal in Back to the Future, the bald-headed man.
Yep.
And then he is one of the commanders.
Higher ups. Yeah. Yep.
Maverick and Goose have to talk to.
Well, R.I.P.
Is he the one who spills his coffee on himself?
I think so. Yes, when he flies over the
flyby. So
I think so. It's been a while, but yes.
I was surprised he was 94. Like,
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, he was kind of old looking back at that time anyway, but I mean, that was what they were both in the 80s and 90s, those movies. So,
well, those movies came out, I think, in 85 and 86.
oh, they were both in the 80s. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, they were both
Well,
in the 80s.
Top Gun
For
was,
some
I
reason,
think,
I felt like Top
86,
Gun was
and
in the 90s, but
Back to the Future was
it
85.
was in the 80s, yeah. So,
So that's what, 40 years ago?
yeah, and he looked like he was probably about
So he would have been about 44
he,
then. So I guess that makes sense.
he looked about 40, 50 back then. So, but then
I
again,
was
like second.
surprised though, because I've seen Back to the Future since. I've seen it recently.
Mm-hmm.
And when you watch it, you go, he's actually not that old. But I think when you're like 10 and watching it,
Oh
you're
well,
seeing
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
bald guy, you're like, oh, he's
He's yeah,
ancient.
he's
But watching it as a balding 40
yeah,
something,
exactly.
you're like, oh, he's not actually that
No,
old.
he's yeah.
That's why I was kind of
No,
surprised
yeah.
he was 94.
Ooh,
So
yeah. Well, hey, that's a nice long life. So,
yeah, he's got his money's worth.
R.I.P. R.I.P. to the principal. Yep.
Gary, I want to ask you, when I called you earlier to see if we were going to be podcasting tonight, and you had a situation near your house
Yes.
with an armed gunman. You care
Ugh.
to update us on
So by
what's
the
the
time
latest?
I got home around, let's see, I stopped at the field to get Colin. So that was probably something after 4, because on my way from leaving work to go get him, I got stuck in traffic on the highway, thinking I'm like, this can't be from that, because I mean it was way back, like almost closer to my I was closer to my work than I was to my house. No, it was just an accident on the
Oh,
highway,
okay.
so of course it just added on to everything. But uh, I think we left his field something after, like, it was probably something to 5, and it looked like they opened up the road again for people to drive, but there was still a lot of like cop presence driving around and stuff like that. So I don't know what exactly. I'm gonna pull up this news thing real quick and see if they updated the story at all. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Because that's the yes. So a little extra story for us tonight. So detectives with the Pinellas County use a deadly force investigative task force. Wait, detectives with the Pinellas County use of deadly force investigative task force. Oh, that's a mouthful. Are investigating an officer involved shooting that left a man dead in Pinellas Park. Oh, geez, I guess they finally
They
got
did.
him, huh?
Mhm.
Pinellas County Sheriff's Office said officers responded to a home on Briar Ridge Court North around 11:30. Sheriff Bob Gutierrez said the victim called Pinellas Park Police after an armed man threatened him with a rifle. Authorities identified the suspect as 39-year-old Ryan Lecomte, who barricaded himself inside a residence. Officers attempted to communicate with him but were unsuccessful. SWAT teams were called to the scene and, after several hours, used an armored vehicle to breach the front door along with the drone to get a visual on Lecomte, which is funny because when we were sitting at the field, we were just talking about that. We're like, we think Pinellas has an armed like tank thing. Why don't they just go through the door? Uh, this is all captured by drone video. When he came up to the front door, he didn't have the AR-15, but now he had a shotgun. And I watched the video of it. He took the shotgun and he raised it up at the officers. Detectives said the drone showed Kump holding a shotgun, which he then raised toward officers. Two Pinellas Park police officers fired 4 rounds, striking him. He was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. The officers were uninjured. So yeah, so supposedly, I guess he had, from what I was gathering from all the people posting stuff out there, that he was fighting with landscapers or something, and he pulled a gun And then when the police arrived, he barricaded himself in the house and was in there. And then I guess saying that he had assault rifles and stuff like that. And but it sounds like he didn't really have anything. Let's see, he
He had a
didn't need
shotgun.
well, I meant like he didn't have the AR-15s. Uh, let's see, what does it say? Sheriff Gugliardi said the task force is investigating if the suspect fired any rounds. We didn't need to wait for him to shoot, especially with the guy that came out already 3 times with an AR-15 and directly pointing the AR at the victim. He's the one that created the situation and is what. So I guess he did have. So I guess he had the AR-15s, but then when they tried to get into him again, he showed up with a shotgun. So he must have had multiple weapons in that house and was just ready to
Yeah.
just go crazy with everything. So that's nutty, and so it's really it's a development that's not. I mean, it's walking distance from here.
From where you live.
We drive out that way sometime. Well, so the one road that we normally drive out of to get to like the highway is basically closed off to get to that because they're putting in like a new sewer pumps or new sewer pipes or whatever.
I hope it doesn't break.
So we've been him. We'll be swimming. Colin Zill up and 2 of us will be out there
Snorkeling.
So normally to get to we would go out that way sometimes and it would put you right on like so we'd drive by that guy's house all the time. If it's the house that they were showing on in all the pictures earlier. So, but yeah, some crazy stuff going on today here in good old Pinellas Park. So,
well, rest in peace to that guy too.
Lord have mercy.
One other thing before we go, Gary, we'll talk more about this in the coming weeks, but you were scheduled for your colonoscopy this week, but you had to push it back.
I didn't realize that Colin had some games that day, and the game that I was having the procedure on, I would have no problem. I'm like, yeah, I'll be able to. But he has a game on my prepping day, so there was no way I was going to be making that one. So we've moved it for another 2 weeks, so till after his baseball.
I cannot wait for the prep stories of your.
Oh yeah, it should be fun. Should be a hoot.
My only advice is if you think you have to fart, be on the toilet.
Oh yeah.
And then one other thing before we go, Portland Frank, that's the NEPA-based band and friends of the pod. We've had Chad and Marty on. They were on an episode 59 way back when.
Wow.
There's a link in the show notes, so if you want to go back and listen to them. But Portland Frank released their newest single called Let It Go this week. It's on Spotify and probably iTunes. And there's also a link to the new song this week. So
nice.
Be sure to check that out. Follow Portland Frank on all their social medias. And looking forward to seeing them over the summer here. I'm hoping they're going to be doing some local spots.
Yeah.
And some more new music.
We'll have to get them back on again.
Yeah.
Only been almost 3 years.
59. It was August.
You have August 8th, 2023. So
that long ago?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know.
We've been at this a long time, Gary.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
All right. Anything else before we go, Gary, for the good of the order?
No, I got nothing. Now that I've changed my procedure, now I've got nothing for this weekend. So gonna probably just hang it out. That's it.
Well, have a happy Easter.
Yes, you too. Oh, yes, that's true. It's Easter, so yeah. Enjoy your singing.
I will. If one of the guy records it, so maybe I'll put some of the recordings on. I'll share it with the Brian Lennon Show on Facebook. Oh, one more thing before we go, Gary.
Send it to me. Well, it'll be one of our playout songs.
Starting today, I guess, April 1st I've been doing this on Facebook for probably like 13, 14 years. It's called the Haiku Month.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that what? Okay.
So the goal is you write one haiku a day for the 30 days in April. April is National Poetry Month. I turned it into National Haiku Month. It's a group on Facebook, so you post your haiku during the day. You can read everybody else's. It kind of keeps you entertained throughout the day. This is just called the Little Book of Haiku, just as a reminder here to myself to bring that up.
There you go.
If anyone wants to join, feel free to join. It's the Haiku Month. It's right on Facebook. You should be able to pick it up. So looking forward to that. I kind of put it off. I put it off a lot during the years. I'll write like a haiku here and there.
Yeah.
I actually bought myself a journal yesterday at CVS. I got a deal on a coupon. So
carry it with you at all times. So that way when they pop, you got it there and you can just write it right down.
Yep.
And we're ready to go.
So all right. Well, that's going to do it then for us tonight. I am your host, Brian Lennon. As always, thank you to my co-host and producer extraordinaire, Mr. Gary McDaniel. Thanks for listening to The Brian Lennon Show. Be sure to subscribe, and we will talk to you again next week. Have a happy Easter. God bless everybody.
Bye.
Peace out.